Hello all and welcome back to my Let's Play of Harvester. I left the last video on a bit of a cliffhanger. Let's get caught up.
Oh dear, I just heard what happened to Stephanie.
What do you mean? What happened to her?
You haven't heard? Well, young man, you march right over there this instant. She's your fiancée, after all.
Alright, all caught up. Let's get started. I'm surprised and kinda sad that they didn't add an ass groove to the couch. Game? You wanna work?
Guess I can forget about the meat, huh?
What do you mean?
Your dad must have pulled some strings. Be sure and check Stephanie's pillow, you lucky bum.
Wait, is
What the
Steve's
hell are you
dad in the
talking
lodge?
about?
I've honestly forgotten at
You'll
this
see
point.
once the sheriff gets here. Stephanie. Things'll never be the same now. Guess I'll be watching TV nights.
Does that mean something that I'm not understanding?
Okay, you can come in now, son.
I better check behind me just in case. Okay.
My God. Is that what I think it is?
Yep.
Yup,
a
it's
spinal
cherry
cord.
pie.
Is it Stephanie?
I can see a resemblance, but I can't be sure.
I mean, sure.
Pie? Don't you realize what's happened?
Oh, indeed I do. I can just hear the tongues wagging at the PTA. Was it suicide?
Never heard of anyone pulling their own spinal cord out before. Off the record, I'd have to say no. No.
At least the
Oh,
sheriff isn't
no.
giving in to
I'd
these
say this was
shenanigans.
Death by natural causes.
Never mind.
Natural causes?
You can't live without a spinal cord, son. Nothing unnatural about that.
I mean, that's just science.
Think I will have some more pie.
Right away.
I can't believe this. This is horrible.
You can tell it's horrible by the emotion he's showing right now and in his
Believe
voice.
me, you get to the point to where this is routine. Now the only clue we got is that card on our pillow.
I can't make heads or tails
Take
of
a
it,
look
though.
at it.
Well, at least it's legible.
This is practically a confession.
Confession to what, son?
Murder. Isn't that what you're here to investigate?
Son, you don't investigate natural deaths. No point.
Then I'll get to the bottom of this myself.
Or my name isn't Steve
Yeah.
Mason.
I'm sure you will.
More pie, Sheriff?
Where's my 3D glasses when I need them?
Don't mind if I do.
Doot 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 doot.
I don't suppose it'd hurt for you to take the card, seeing as it was addressed to you. Shucks. I'm sorry I had to read it in the first place.
That's certainly nice of the
That's
sheriff.
my job. Say, I wonder if there's more pie.
Hello, Steve. Have some pie?
Absolutely.
No, Steve. We're going to put her in the crypt. Keeping bodies in the house is just not sanitary.
Okay, that's another good one. Yoink.
Can't allow you to take her remains, boy.
Hello, Steve. Well, what family doesn't have its little problems?
Little
If it's
problems?
not poor dental hygiene, it's a spinal column on the bed.
Can't allow you to...
Of course, still doesn't work. I guess he wasn't kidding about going back to watch TV.
So hungry. If I'd been an astronaut, I could afford all the meat I want, the red kind. And the young, too.
Bye. Sorry, Mr. Potsdam was being too gross, so I just cut to here.
Have not brought it.
Tisk.
I don't understand.
The invitation was not the card, but the spinal cord.
Because Harvester is goofy and wacky.
To me, ere I allow you to enter. I expect nothing. What must unfold will. You were provided an invitation. Bring me the skull and spinal cord if you would pass to the world beyond.
Ominous. Well, let's go rob the tomb. Glad to see no one came here to fix this hole. Hopefully I don't have to fight that demon dog again.
Well, that didn't work.
Oh good, it stayed dead. I'm glad to see that they laid Stephanie to rest. Let's have a little fun. Let's see what that blood drive is all about. Well, I guess it was a long day of grave robbing. Sheriff, no. Where's that sweet and tender kiss you're known for giving Steve?
What the hell are you doing?
I'm playing a bad game. Oh, he wasn't asking me.
If you were still in harvest for the annual blood drive, you'd have to donate.
Wait, did the sergeant say that? I know his mom did.
Have you all lost your minds?
You have only so long to find yourself.
That's actually poetic.
You're still a stranger. You have no one to blame but yourself.
What are those faces they just made? And the game flatlines. Okay, let's give the sergeant what he wants.
You have done well. Now let the initiation commence. As your mystagogue,
If you say so.
requested and required that I turn over this sacred dagger to you to aid you in your quest.
Because it's dangerous to go alone. Also,
What
that's
is
not a
this?
dagger.
You must now enter the lodge. Initiates find it a hostile place.
Are you supposed to help me or get me killed?
Yes.
I'm starting you on the path of initiation to a very special, very exclusive brotherhood. I am merely the administrator of a test. Whether you view me as an enemy or a friend depends on how well you're prepared to pass.
That
This
doesn't
thing.
not make sense.
You
It's
haven't
about
said
as
what
clear
it
as
is.
mud.
It is a special weapon. Using it will be part of the initiation. You always have a choice, Initiate. Which choices you make matter only to you.
Deep.
Whatever occurs in here is relevant to the great question which you cannot help but answer. What is at issue is whether in answering the question you will find the answers.
So, in looking for the question, I'll find the answer. But if I answer the question, then I'll have to find answers to other questions. But then if I have more questions, how will I... Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
While the assumption
Is Stephanie dead or being held within?
Did he forget about the whole spinal cord thing?
On the second level keeps track of such things.
Oh, great. Then you are against me.
Way to jump to conclusions there, Steve.
The Sergeant at Arms, I am here to ensure that the protocols are observed. Deviation from a protocol shall result in punishment. Remember what I have told you. Now, let the initiation begin.
I want to play a game. Oh, wait, what? Well, where did I put that other disc? Now, how did I end up here? I'm actually going to tackle the lodge in the next videos. For the remainder of this one, though, I'm going to do some things that I meant to cover in the last video. Mostly some odds and ends. Let's take out that pesky paperboy. Sweet! Got ourselves a key and a gun. Let's call some more mayhem.
Boy, in Harvest, you can't just go around killing little... Okay, Steve. I just got one.
Yeah?
How did it feel to kill? It's something, right? To see them twitch all over, peel back their eyelids if you're fast enough, and watch the dark angel just reach right through the pupils and yank out the light inside. They're never more alone than when that happens. You can't share in it. You can only watch and try to keep from smiling.
Indeed? Sheriff, that's a little creepy. That's ridiculous. Okay, here I am using a different word with Mom, dominatrix.
You don't believe me.
Alright, moving on, we're going to check out the compromising photo, and we're going to show that around town now.
Oh, man. Damn it.
Well, that didn't work. Oh, well, that
And here you see me trying to make a copy, so I guess you can't make a copy of the picture.
My stars, that's scandalous.
But here's the first
First
reaction.
amnesia, now you've taken to peeping through windows, just like Loomis. He'd do anything to catch an untoward
Please don't
glimpse
compare
of
me
a
to
beautiful
Loomis.
girl.
I hardly think Miss Whaley qualifies.
Is that who it is? And Mr. Harold? My stars! I can't wait to tell the ladies' auxiliary about this.
Indeed. Alright, so Pastorelli doesn't say anything.
Boy, I know them. Can't believe my eyes. Hey, Clem, get a load of this.
Look at the teacher and the principal making like hogs.
Pornography. Young man, you're lucky you're delivering that by hand and not through the mails, or I'd have you arrested. Disgusting. But enlightening.
You're
Son,
gross.
whoever sold you those stag photos took you good. Did you get a look at that dame? Old enough to be your mother, for Christ's sakes.
I love this colonel.
Need some shore leave, sailor. And fast.
Well, that didn't work.
Say, is that Miss Whaley?
And Mr. Harrell. In the school broom closet.
Man, oh man, wait till the guys at the diner hear about this.
Indeed.
Say, you're a game little buckaroo, aren't you? The FCC would tan my hide if I put that on the air, but
Really?
thanks for showing me anyhow.
I guess
The
it is supposed to be
FCC
the
won't allow
50s.
this, but they don't mind Indians being eviscerated.
Violence isn't dirty like sex, cowpoke. Folks would stand for a shootout in the street, but poking in the street? Well, if you can't see the difference, I can't help you. But thanks for the news.
You know, I feel like
Hold
that's
on just a
not
sec.
totally inaccurate.
Back with a news flash, buckaroos. Steve has found out that Mr. Harrell and Miss Whaley have been playing pee-pee in the broom closet at Gein Memorial. Stay tuned for further developments as soon as Steve can get some more dirty pictures.
I hope we don't get any more dirty
Steve,
pictures.
I didn't have you figured for a rumor monger. That's disgraceful. Put that thing away.
That's not a pretty sight.
Caught Whaley and Harold messing around in the broom closet at Gein Memorial. They do this all the time, apparently.
Well, that sort of thing's not against the law, you know. Not much I can do unless they involve the students. Still, I wouldn't show this to Deputy Loomis if I were you. Old and shriveled though Miss Whaley may be, I don't need any more puddles in the paddy wagon. You know what I mean?
Gross.
Yeah.
How dare you show those disgusting pictures to my baby? Do that again and I'll tell the sheriff.
I mean, he's sitting right there.
Oh gosh darn, she's purty.
Ew.
Kinda like a gal I seen on some of them French postcards they used to make. Used to be, I'd take them things.
Guess I had enough of that one.
Thoroughly repulsive. As I said, the affairs of the living are of little interest.
You know, another thing we agree on with
although
this
I'm
guy.
sure others will find this quite engaging.
Now, don't that beat all get out.
Oh, good. I thought you said
Carol
beat
is
off.
the original old maid herself. Though I guess the old maid part is history now, huh?
They're doing this every day after class in the broom closet.
Oh, well, I hope you don't expect me to keep my trap shut about this one. I'm gonna give some of these neighborhood brats an advanced education. Maybe if they take up a healthy interest in intercourse, they'll leave my Tucker alone.
Sure.
Do you see the waste? So much effort, grunting and fumbling, all for one offspring. We could learn so much from the wasp.
I hope I punched her after this again.
But don't you see who that is?
What do I care for their identities? Identity is a fallacy. The hive is all that matters. All the rest is prey.
Sure.
Holy Marconi! That's Miss Whaley and Principal Harold, isn't it?
Yeah, I took this picture in the broom closet at Gein Memorial.
Seems very proud of
Nice.
himself there.
Disgusting is more like it. Why are you showing this to me?
Good question.
You've got a nutty sense of fun, Steve. Maybe an expensive one, too. This kind of stuff can come back to haunt you.
Foreshadowing? Probably
Same as
not.
any others, I suppose, most of which wouldn't appreciate this sort of publicity. Better watch out, son. This kind...
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's Miss Whaley, isn't it?
Wrapped around Principal Harold. As a member of the PTA, I thought you'd be interested.
Interested? I'm absolutely Twitter-pated.
What?
And the rest of the ladies will be too, once I tell them.
Are you making some kind of point?
No.
Steve.
I'm going to try something else since the picture didn't work.
You may be...
That's
All right, come on, let's get... Okay, here we go. So I'm going to tell her about the peephole. I don't think I did that in the playthrough.
You're not making sense.
It would help if I spelled it right, I guess.
Stephanie, I think you should know. There's a peephole hidden behind the picture in the bathroom.
You mean a peephole?
That's what he
You're
said.
spying on me?
I'm afraid so.
Come on.
So that's the scraping I hear every night. The picture sliding along the wall.
Every night and every time Steve comes in.
I've got to get out of here, Steve. The thought of that fat slob watching me.
I'll question Potsdam about it. Maybe if he knows I know, it'll scare him off.
Well, I already did that, so I'm not going to show that off
I don't
again.
know what I'd do without you.
All right, time to show the picture to the principal.
You smug, filthy little bastard. Put that away now.
Well, that didn't work.
Put that thing away, damn you.
Her face.
My goodness, what's this?
I caught them together in the broom closet. Seems they go in there every day after school.
Sakes, I hope you're not going to ask me what they're up to. There's certain things that a boy and a girl do together when they're in love. Horrible, disgusting, slimy things that they want to share with each other. which Mr. Harrell and Miss Whaley have been swapping on a regular basis. Oh, wait till the PTA hears about this.
Nice. I gotta show Jimmy.
So you caught him like I told you, huh? Great, Daddy-O. You got him by the short and curlies now, don't you?
Oh my God. Did you take that picture? Son, you never burst in on a couple like that. You could get killed.
Somehow I can't picture Harold in a jealous rage.
Jealous rage, hell. I'm talking stray fire here. Believe me, I know.
You gotta trade me it. I'll give you my Robbie the Robot model for it.
Alright, and here's the other toy.
Boy, you sure got ripped.
Alright, here's a hidden option with the Colonel here. If you call him a gimp, he just kills you. So that's pretty interesting to see that your words do matter, at least to some people.
Oh my. Well, that's nothing to fret about. Everything is fine. Just fine.
Hey, these are Moynihan's guest books.
That's right. From the Shady Oaks Mortuary in the Wayward Hotel.
Will you look at that? Both books are identical. Steve, you stumbled onto something big here. You should take these to Sheriff Dwayne. Or the hell with that no good hick. You take these to Mr. McKnight at the TV station. This is news.
This is news! Yeah, so what I'm doing here is showing off both the
Moynihan's, did you?
hotel ledgers
Better
and
watch who
the
you're
funeral
showing
home
that to.
ledgers.
You don't know what you're dealing
Just because it
with,
has
so
some special dialogue. If you show them to the wrong people, you get
The names in these two
you get in
books
trouble.
match exactly.
And you'll see what I mean by
did you
that
get
in a second.
One comes from Moynihan's Hotel, the other from Moynihan's morgue.
So what?
Do I have to spell it out? Moynihan is a murderer.
Poppycock. Hobos and bums just wander into harvest. Sometimes they drop dead. It makes sense that such people would eventually occupy both the hotel and the morgue.
Yeah, but all of them?
Nope. Some blow right through and don't stay at either. Now I'm taking these ledgers and returning them to Mr. Moynihan. As for you, you're under arrest for theft, Steve.
Come on.
I just brought you evidence of murder.
Evidence or no, you took these from their rightful owner. That don't get you a citation, son. That gets you a night in the clink.
Just one night in the clink. And I'm just leaving this part in just to show what happens when you use your get out of jail free card.
Okay, Steve. Consider your get out of jail free card used. You're free to go.
And that's literally it.
My stars, I do enough bookkeeping on my own. Don't ask me to do yours too.
Moynihan's ledgers? Steve, he wouldn't like you having those.
I'm sure he wouldn't. They prove that everyone who checks into the Wayward Hotel winds up dead.
Boy, howdy. You bet he wouldn't like that getting out. If the Better Business Bureau gets wind of that, there goes tourist season.
Sorry, Steve. There ain't much for reading.
You don't say.
Hotel ledgers. Say, I recognize these. They're Moynihan's ledgers, aren't they? What are you doing with them?
The names in both match. You check into the hotel and wind up in the morgue.
It's only a bunch of out-of-towners, Steve. Those people just wander in without rhyme or reason. And people like that are never very skilled when it comes to personal hygiene. And so they get sick. You can understand that. Frankly, I'm more concerned about you stealing these. You're meant to be a butcher, Steve, not a thief. Remember that.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know what? I don't like the cut of your jib. Yeah, Pat takes a few hits here. And now I can take the meat for free. So Pat's another one. If you can get away with killing his
Say,
character and not get arrested.
That's a nice cut there, Steve. Did you bring it for me?
Alright, so I'll see what happens with Mr. Potsdam and the meat.
You've got a mean streak in you, Steve. What are you teasing me for, showing me that? Put it away and leave me alone. Say, that's a nice cut there, Steve. Did you bring it for me?
Alright, let's give it to him this time.
Steve, you're a real champ. What a son-in-law
And that's
you'd
it.
make.
Nothing interesting.
You got this at Moynihan's, didn't you? Why don't you show it to me, big guy?
You know, I'm not sure.
A good explanation for a foolish act. You're barking up the wrong tree, Steve. Don't waste time spreading gossip and antagonizing people. Join the Order of the Harvest Moon. Only then will your education be complete.
Huh, his voice actor sounded a little weird there.
You got... It's clear you still have a lot to learn, youngster. I do hope you manage it before the scythe falls.
Me too.
Look, class. Our friend and alumnus Stephen has stolen 2 ledgers from Mr. Moynihan.
Yeah, but look at the names, Whaley. Interesting, isn't it?
Not at all.
My, Stephen has noted the one-to-one correlation between names in these books. That takes observational and analytical skills, which I'd like to think I instilled within him. Unfortunately, he's also a little thief, which means I didn't pound enough discipline into his undented head.
If only she started fighting us after this.
What this means.
No, Stephen, I understand everything. I just don't care. And neither will anyone else, except
She's
possibly
honest.
the sheriff.
I warned you not to parade my ledgers around. Now that you've done so, I have a feeling that business is about to pick up.
Uh-oh. Time to throw down. I wasn't prepared. I don't have a weapon equipped. Oh, he's got some mad skills here. Alright, I guess I decided to... well, too little too late. I'll let him have this one, but we'll be back.
That's interesting. The ledger to the hotel matched the ledger to the mortuary. Huh. Looks like the checkout time at the Wayward Hotel is right away. Do not disturb sign notwithstanding. Thanks for the tip-off, sport. I'll run it on tonight's broadcast.
So I've accomplished absolutely nothing. Okay, here's something I just forgot to show off in the first episode. Is there's a pin-up poster on the wall, and if you click on it, Steve whistles. Alright, enough of that. Alright, let's go back to the maiming of the townsfolk. Start with Mom. Or start off again, I guess, with Mom. So I don't remember if I've shown off this whole clip or not, but if you attack Mom, it's an instant game over. But I'm leaving this in because there's something funny that happens. But of course you have to wait for the load times.
What were you thinking? Attacking someone like that? With so many witnesses around.
But Hank was just watching TV.
You'll have plenty of time to think about it, boy.
So we killed Mom, but she's still there in the ending cutscene. So something's definitely up with Harvest. Where they just didn't film a second game over scene. Probably the latter.
Answers may only be found in the lodge, and you must be alive to seek them.
Alright, so now I'm just going around attacking everyone. Alright, so he's actually one of the harder ones to kill just because he has a gun. Alright, so here's round 2 against Mr. Moynihan. So you get a cool little cutscene if you beat him. So Mr. Johnson takes a hit too. I mean, Mr. Potsdam. It's really hard to line up the characters sometimes. There we go. And just for good measure, here's Stephanie again. Sometimes a better weapon can help, like a one with long reach. Yeah, so we have a 3 for here. Yeah, I don't know what kind of monster I was trying to go after Sparky, but you can't get the dog. But it didn't stop me from trying, that's for sure. Oh, whoops, I meant spots. And there we go. That's all the fire department. And last but not least, here's an alternate ending. So we show the spinal cord to Stephanie's mother, and this happens.
Character. Go ahead and help yourself to refreshments while I call the sheriff.
You're gonna turn me in?
Of course, dear. Confessing to a crime shows honesty as well as stupidity. One thing we don't need more of.
Amen.
Hello, Sheriff. Mrs. Potsdam here. Steve took Stephanie's bones. Yes, he's right here. The sheriff says hello, Steve. He'll be coming by to pick you up. Now tell me, Dwayne, how have you been?
They just see each other. Alright, I'm going to call it quits here. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this episode and got a few laughs. As always, thank you for watching. Hey y'all, I have some big news. The latest Tales of Hyperia: The Crimson Knight demo has been officially released. Relive the magic of classic gaming with this new retro-inspired JRPG demo designed for the Game Boy. Immerse yourself in unique pixel art, an epic quest, and turn-based battles that harken back to the golden age of RPGs. Check out the link in the description to play the demo.